As a seasoned anime fan, if you haven't watched Michiko and Hatchin by now, mess up.
Hey! Hey! Mess up, oh, mess up. Hey!
You're lacking like you've never lacked before. Finding Paradiso or Michiko and Hatchin is an anime for the baddies because Michiko, the co-protagonist, is the perfect blend of a lover girl and a baddie at the same time. The other protagonist is Hana, a 9-year-old child who is dealing with her traumas and growing up. Michiko tends to outshine Hana simply because Hana is more introverted whilst Michiko is extroverted. But let me introduce you to her properly. Michiko Melandro is an Afro-Latina escaped convict that comes back to rescue the child of the love of her life. Love of her life that had a child with another woman. Oh, women, we just they suffer. Premium suffering every day. Anyway, the child is Hana, nicknamed Hatchin, who had been adopted by an abusive family that were treating her like a slave. Hana has a lot of trauma because her mother died soon after her birth and she never knew her father, but Michiko knows her father and she knows him very well. In her quest to find Hiroshi and reunite him with his daughter, Michiko goes on a breathtaking adventure through South America with Hana, and this anime is all about that journey. Although Hatchin is not Michiko's child, she still loves Hatchin enough to rescue her from the life of abuse and torment that she was living. It's important to mention that Michiko along with Atsuko grew up as orphans, so Michiko has no real family. When you look at things from this perspective, it's easy to see how she would view the child of the love of her life almost as her own, even if she came from another woman. Michiko and Hatchin is very much underrated and not often spoken about within the anime community, but it is well worth your time. Let's get into the intro because the intro is arguably one of the best anime intros out there. The art style is edgy and parallels a lot of old school anime like Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo. Just like Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop, this anime is a classic and the characters are relatable with realistic personalities. When it comes to the story, look, I think deadbeat dads are just a given in anime. When it comes to the anime medium, they are just definitely in the majority, to the point that it doesn't really surprise me anymore, but I think there's definitely levels to it. I'm not gonna say too much about Hiroshi because I want you guys to find out for yourselves and let me know what you think below in the comments. Besides that, the story for the most part is really good. I must admit that the first half, the first 11 episodes or so, is definitely stronger and more focused than the second half of the show. Each character is given their own time to shine in some way or form, and whilst I appreciate the journey more than the ending, I think the ending is very realistic and made sense, but a lot of people might not like it. In this new generation of anime, we've become so used to happy endings that when a show ends in a realistic way, it's not necessarily bad, but it just feels very different. I think a lot of us use anime as a medium for entertainment and a source of joy, so we often rely on that happy ending to wrap up an amazing series that we've been following. So Michiko and Hatchin really stands out as an anime ending that's closer to something we'd experience in the real world. For me, the journey and character development along the series made me appreciate the ending more. Character-based animes are mostly unpopular because people tend to focus a lot on the end objective and what is supposed to happen. This is evident when you look at animes like Naruto and Demon Slayer. So I definitely think appreciation for this anime comes with a level of maturity. Michiko and Hatchin was a masterpiece simply for how realistically it handles the story. In just 22 episodes, you become fully immersed in their world and emotionally invested in the story. You want the characters to succeed and grow from their various tests. It's honestly a joy to watch them overcome their predicaments sent along the way on their journey. The music through the series was a highlight for me. It was very catchy and fitting for this anime. When it comes to the characters, I love that a lot of them were very Afrocentric. Michiko's character was designed in a way that was befitting of a black woman in a time where representation of black people in anime was very unappealing to say the least. Michiko's character design is beautiful and distinct, so it's easy to understand why the baddies love her. Her style is very versatile and unparalleled in the series, so her outfits were always giving me life. Other characters that I admired in the series included Atsuko. Atsuko had this gorgeous afro that contrasted with her skin and made her really stand out as a character. There was also Rita, the little fashionista, and Pepe, a baddie in her own right. I love how this show touches on femininity and puberty in a subtle way, and its portrayal of black women as a whole is well ahead of its time. I know I've spoken about Michiko a lot, but based on Michiko alone as a character, I believe this series is well worth the watch. She really is a diamond that's rough around the edges. She's very raw and real in her expression, and she doesn't hold back. She's wild, free, full of confidence, and has this big personality that attracts me to her, so it's very easy to become captivated by her. Michiko and Hatchin have nothing in common and mostly argue for the first 10 or so episodes as they try to build a bond. Hana is dealing with a lot of unresolved trauma, whilst Michiko is just trying to navigate through her life and find that man. They are both looking for a better life, which is why the original anime was called Finding Paradiso, which translates to Finding Paradise. This anime was released back in 2008, so it's definitely been around for a while now, but to me it feels so timeless. It features some really great writing and has a perfect balance of style and substance. Michiko and Hatchin proves that family can be chosen and you can bring the right people in to be part of your family. If you've not seen Michiko and Hatchin, I really recommend you add it to your anime watch list, and if you have, what are your thoughts on this anime? Let me know in the comments down below, and once again, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video to support the channel and subscribe to stay tuned for my next video. Okay, thank you, bye!